first question I want to ask is, are people paying for water in that apartment? I suppose they are, but just confirming.
We pay more than in Chennai, I must say.
You pay more?
Yeah, okay. It's about 22 rupees a kiloliter. So we pay about 22 rupees a kiloliter.
That's 200 plus rupees per 1,000 liters.
So isn't that a benefit that people will get if they are going to use aerators? Is that benefit clear to them, or are they saying it's
if you see, this is what is the chart which I had prepared, shared with them.
Yeah. So my question is, I'm also facing this challenge, but I have a slightly different challenge. But before that, I want to ask Mr. Suresh, if people are, maybe they think the hassle involved is too much, or that they don't want to even invest in this change. Are you appealing to the nobler motives, or is it purely a commercial gain that they could save water and go for it? Yeah,
it's for the noble cost. I put it as a noble cost to do it.
You put it as a noble cost. Okay.
There's in many flats. I don't know if our Suresh Prakash has this problem. You know, when somebody goes, let's see, typically aerators are so simple to fix. You know that.
Yeah.
And yet people will not fix it. We don't have a do-it-yourself mind, you know, in India. Everything has to be somebody who will come and do. This is number one. Second is, the moment you send a plumber or so, either the housewife or somebody at home, they get petrified. They don't want anybody to come into the house. So they say, go away. You come and...
That's the bottleneck. Okay. So that's about, see, in our case, then maybe in Chennai, we are at an advantage compared to Bangalore. It's just the way I'm looking at it is we don't pay for water, but that's only on paper. Actually, for 256 flats that we have, I did a simple calculation and I shared it with my committee members. We have spent last year about 36 lakh rupees on water for 256 flats. Okay. Now you may ask, what is the 36 lakhs? It's purchase tanker water. It is groundwater pumping cost. It's the water treatment plant. It is the labor that goes into it. It's the pumping of the power cost of pumping, so on and so forth. So 36 lakhs. In addition, I'm finding every flat is buying about 750 rupees per month worth of bottled water to drink. So if I add all that, it's coming to about 50-60 lakhs of rupees is being spent for small. It's about 20,000 rupees a year.
Good.
Now I have told I brought this out in the open and I said, look, for electricity costs minus water, we are spending 5 lakhs the whole year. I'm giving these numbers as indicative also.
Correct.
10 lakhs or 11 lakhs is the electricity cost, 50% is water. We have meters all over the place for electricity. But where we are spending about 60 lakhs a year, there is not a single meter anywhere. Because it is considered free, why should I invest in meters? And I should, so now I propose to the association of which I'm a part, but the president and secretary obviously are the decision makers. I said, why don't we spend on this aerator? Anyway, it's going to go into the maintenance cost of the system. And there also there was hesitation. I said, then I offered that I will spend on this. It costs 1 lakh rupees. I said 1,000 aerators. I got an offer for 98 rupees. 1 lakh rupees is the all. I will spend it. You give me the savings, pass it on to me. I will make money out of it. More than just, I said. That's when they woke up and said, in a few months, if this money can be paid back, why are we hesitating? So now we have gone ahead and said we will do it in one block, where since we don't have meters, we are simply looking at the pumping time, start time and end time, and estimating that if there's a reduction in time, there is a saving. That's all. I mean, it's a simple back of the envelope calculation. This is still, as Suresh was saying, we need proof and evidence. So I'm hoping that in the next month, I'll be able to show this evidence that the pumping time has come down and therefore the consequential benefits will come and then we expand. So I think unless there is a monetary benefit, just on a noble cause, I doubt if people would be willing to just change because the hassles, as you said, of some strange plumber coming in. Here we said from the association, we will just do it free of cost. We'll spend the money. The gains will come over a period of time. We reduce the maintenance cost, something. I think that is the point. I think the point is that these are theoretical. That's where people hesitate because these are based on some assumptions. Until they see it, there is always some
skepticism. The reality check, yes. The reality check is the bill which comes every month.
Right. That's a common factor I'm finding. That even in our case, everything seems logical, but it seems airy-fairy. So let's do 1 month demonstration and then people will believe. Then it can probably propagate.
It's typically like we say, we reduce it to 3 liters per minute if we reduce the tap water flow. the typical question is, okay, I was using for 40 minutes the tap. Now the housemaid would be using that for more than 1.5 hours, but still you save water. You still save water because you were using that as 15 liters per minute.
No, that fear of the time spent will increase. That is a fear.
Fear.
That,
and the fear is that the housemaid doesn't want to stay for so long.
Yeah.
Yes.
He wants to finish the work in 20 minutes and go with the minutes and go. If she's able to do it, that's fine for her. If the water flow reduces, will she be able to do it? That's what the ladies ask.
Yeah.
So it's a trial and error method. Till now, we have done it in 100 flats. Their feedbacks are turning out to be good. Last 1 week, 100 flats have been.
You should take videos of them. They are take testimonials from them.
Yes.
That can probably be used across all the cities.
Yes, see, 2 or 3 different constituents. At one point, Prasanna talked about how he got an IGBC certification, platinum and all that. That means when a water solution provider addresses, say, industry, it is much more easy than it is when we go to a consumer of this kind who is not educated or literate in these matters, a flat owner. So we have one of this kind, one of the business kind, and the third is what Prasanna was presenting, or Vijay was, of how we get these administrative types, I mean, our bureaucracy does not have managers, it has only administrators. They are not willing to do things until somebody else takes up, pushes it, and then they will come in. Some few people, exceptions, of course, exist. And you have tried to communicate that to your residents.
Yeah, I made an assumption, but because I couldn't find any other major, because it's all LED lamps and we don't use much electricity otherwise for common areas.
Right.
So where is all the power going? It's all in pumping and
absolutely
inefficient pumping also.
And yes, in fact, you are not wrong. Actually, it is up to 60% as my own behavior studies.
Okay, not for the individuals. This is the maintenance budget. Okay. Yeah, individual household electricity bill may be different. I don't have
These are maintenance, this is for the maintenance.
Yeah, this is a maintenance budget. Okay. Yeah, correct.
But then for a month, I save this much. For a year, total altogether, when I add up, it saves me about 5 lakhs, which means from my maintenance, I can still, if the actual comes to about 2 lakhs or 3 lakhs, it's pretty good amount of money which you save.
But see, the other area of concern is because of the high consumption, we are finding our groundwater level depleting very fast. So even though we had put additional recharge wells and did rainwater harvesting last year, the water table has gone down very fast now. And even I don't know when the rains are going to come. The quality has deteriorated. The TDS has gone from 1,300 to 3,000. So the water treatment plant is working overtime. The costs are escalating. Now, if people were to consume less, the quality of water also would be better. The water table will remain healthier. All these are not even factored. But the benefits are far more than what numerically we are able to estimate.
Wonderfully said. That is, people only listen to the financial part, but the non-financial gain is so much. The cost of not doing, if one maps, it's tremendous. And how do we communicate? That is the challenge.
In fact, additionally, people are now fighting to install water softeners in their homes. And somebody is looking at atmospheric water capture. So they are looking at independent solutions because collectively, there's no solution. Though it is available, decision making is a bottleneck. But it's gone to another direction where people are taking, there are well-meaning people, of course, early adopters of technology, but they are a small number. They don't mind investing big time, but the problem is not getting solved.
Typically, when we did for 100 flats, we observed that their water pumping cycle got reduced, which means definitely there is less consumption of water and less water goes as waste compared to without the aerators, where the wastage is very, very high. Wastage of the free running water. When we wash hands, we open for a minute and then we end up throwing out 15 liters of water or 10 liters of water. That is reduced. So when that gets reduced, you see that sewage line is able to take up the load, and it doesn't get disturbed. Only small flow of water is there. Rather, rather than heavy amount of water flowing to the sewage line. And this is also getting reduced. So basically I assume, not assume, definitely if the water wastage is less, the sewage line, which right now goes full, will definitely reduce. Also, we have seen that yes, there is definitely a reduction of wastage of water,